Hello, welcome to Garage Warlords. I'm Paul, I'm here with my friend Al, and we are about to play a 2000 point game of Warhammer 40,000 7th edition, Tau versus Wordbearers. Welcome to 47-18, a world brought to compliant by the Wordbearers during the 47th Crusade. Since which time, as an agricultural world, the Imperium of Man has had very little reason to come back here and has seen very few wars. Recently, the expansion of the Tau Empire has engulfed 47-18 and absorbed it into the Tau Empire. Hearing of this, the Wordbearers cannot let this stand and have launched a host from within the Maelstrom, from the dark forge world of Galmech, to land on 47-18, raise effigies to the dark gods, and turn the population to the word of Lorgar. The Tau Empire will not let this stand and have come to intercept. We are playing edit in mission we're playing. This is a relatively open table. We don't have very much blocking lines of sight. It's on the deserted side of the planet, where wars of compliance were once fought, but have not been populated since. Okay, let's have a look at these armies. This is 2,000 points of Tau. Al, would you like to talk us through it? What have we got?
Yeah, we've got two formations. We've got the optimised stealth formation. So these guys, which makes a nice little team of undercover goodness, which hopefully, because the Ghost Keel is new, will show me how good he is. Also, next to that, we've got the hunter formation. So in there, we've got a nice set of mix of all kinds of units. We've got troops and some heavy stuff. Note that there's 3 hammerheads, which is a nice. That's a nice team there.
Well, I think nice is possibly a matter of perspective.
Yeah, it's because I get +1 to my ballistic because there's 3 of them. And in the back there, he's always fun. That's not cover he's carrying around with him. It's just for decoration. So that's my army. They've been out on this world for a while. They've been away from the rest of the Tau Sept for a while. That's why they're looking a bit battered and a bit patched up, and looking forward to getting rid of a few chaos.
So tell me about your characters. There's looks like there's 2 here. Is that
There's 2. I've got my commander in the middle with 2 shield drones. He's got a cyclone thingy and burst cannon. Next to him we've got Fireblade. Fireblade gives +1 to burst if you don't move, which is nice. Also, with the rules for this formation, if a unit within 12 inches of those 2 move, they can run and they can also fire. But you've got to do each one as well, at the same time. So
wow, so it turns them into Eldar, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome. And your warlord trait?
Is Precision of the Skilled Hunter.
And what does that do for you?
Enemy models cannot take lookout sir rolls against your warlord's shooting attacks. If your warlord has no range, well, he's got range weapons. So, no chaos dying for the greater good, because we are the greater good.
Okay, splendid. Well, speaking of which, let's have a look at this Chaos Army. This is 2,000 points of Wordbearers. It's a single combined arms detachment. Let's go through what we've got. We've got 15 cultists with close combat weapons. Flamer, champion. 15 cultists with auto guns, heavy stubber. 10 possessed. The champion has 2 mutations, but didn't produce anything of note. We have 9 Chaos Space Marines with Power Fist, an Icon of Vengeance, and a Melter Gun, riding in a Rhino with a Dirge Caster. They will be joined by the Warpsmith, the Warlord, who's carrying the Icon of something or other, which gives you bonuses if someone tries to attack you, charge you in combat, which isn't likely to happen. He's also his warlord trait is. I'm going to have to look at his book, which is unfortunate. His warlord trait is Nexus of the Gods, which lets you do some re-rolling if you roll on the boon table. However, he also has a gifted mutation and rolled Cosmic Fate, which allows him to re-roll armor saves, which is going to be kind of handy. Next to him, the second in command, is a sorcerer in Terminator armor, who's going to be joining the Anointed, the deep striking Terminators. He has rolled on Heretic, because this is from a Dark Mechanicus Forge. A Dark Forge world. Yeah, get that right. And he also has the Malefic Tome, which gives him 1 Demonology power. So from the Forge world, we have a Hellbrute with a Plasma Cannon and Power Scourge. A Decimator Engine with Butcher Cannon. A Defiler, which is more or less out of the box apart from the Dirge Caster. And then the Land Raider, the Cathedral of Pain, which has in addition to what's normal stuff, a Combi Flamer, a Dirge Caster, and a what are they called? That thing there. It's got a name, and I can't remember it. I'm sure you're all shouting at the screen, going, "It's called this," and I can't remember. Never mind. So this is what the table looks like after deployment. We are playing Deadlock, which is the one where we have 6 objectives, and we start with 6 tactical objective cards in turn 1, 5 in turn 2, and so on and so forth. So we have, looking at the Chaos lines, we have the troops in the Rhino. We have the 2 units of cultists manning this abandoned Imperial battlement next to Objective 3 and Objective 2. The Defiler and the Hellbrute desperately trying to get some cover from the armada of Hammerheads. And the Land Raider braving it out on his own in the open. Other objectives in No Man's Land, we have Objective 4 by this bunker and Objective 1 atop this hill. The Tau have deployed, obviously on the other side of the table, we have the local indigenous turncoats next to Objective number 5, supported by the Ghost Keel. Then right over here, guarded by some Fire Warriors, we have Objective number 6. So that's what it looks like. Let's get on to turn number 1. Tau deployed first, and are electing to go first. That is, of course, unless I can roll a 6, which I have never, ever done before. I say that every time, and it doesn't help. Still doesn't help.
Yay!
So let's get on to Tau turn 1. So, Tau objectives in turn 1. We have Psychological Warfare. Make a unit fail a morale, fear or pinning test. Hungry for Glory. Issue a challenge. That seems unlikely from a Tau army in turn 1. Blood and Guts. Completely destroy units during the assault phase.
Again. It's unlikely.
Again, unlikely in turn 1 from Tau. Hold the line. Score 1 victory point of at least 3 of your scoring units, and none of your opponents are within 12 inches of your own table edge at the end of your turn. That seems moderately likely. Secure Objective 2, and for the greater good. Score D3 victory points at the end of your turn if you control an objective marker that was controlled by the enemy at the start of the turn. Score more if more of that happens. And of course, there is also Slay the Warlord and First Blood up for grabs.
Okay.
So, do you want to talk us through your plan for turn 1?
Well, one of those, I can certainly secure my hold the line. I think that should be pretty easy, because at the end of my turn, you're not going to move. Objective 2. Now, looking over Objective 2, you've got a load of Chaos Cultists sat on it.
Whoop!
That's going to be difficult, and the only way I can see of doing it is shooting a lot of Chaos cultist, hopefully making them fail a morale test, which will be another one, and shoot something fast over the top of it.
Yeah, and you've got that piranha over there, so you could potentially do it with that if you're confident of shooting those off it. And it doesn't look like the Defiler's holding it, so you would just have to shoot those cultists.
Yeah.
So a slight addendum to deployment. We have the stealth suits have infiltrated in. They were so stealthy, I didn't notice them the first time round when I was filming. Al's flicking the V's at me as we speak. So, at the end of the town movement phase.
Right, well done. The stealth have moved forward a bit and made sure that they're within 6 inches of the big guy. The monkeys have moved forward to grab that objective. We don't need it now, but it's always good to grab an objective. These crisis suits are shooting around so they can hopefully get a few shots off. And the piranha is going for positioning, so we might, if we get lucky, get objective 2. And hopefully we can shoot it off with the big guy who's moved forward also. That is all the moving.
Crash zoom!
Yeah.
Maybe not.
All I'm doing is moving a few units because there's an awful lot that Paul hasn't got on. There's a lot of chaos not here yet. So I don't want to leave flanks open or anything like that just in case.
Okay, so the Riptide is going to fire at these cultists. We're going to roll the dice on camera in this tray. Okay, so what do we got?
Okay, so the missile drones, shielded missile drones at the front, they're firing a couple of missiles at them.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s, 4s.
Are they twin linked?
No. So, hopefully the shield's better. And our smart missile system, which is twin linked.
Okay.
From the top of the
ballistic skill 3.
Ballistic skill
4.
4. Twin linked. So 3 wounds from that. And we've got the ion cannon, which is heavy 3, which is not 1 hit away from that. So 3 hits. So, blue is 2s.
Go, sorry.
Blue
So what have we got? Sorry, Al.
Okay, so we've got 1 wound from the ion cannon and 3 from the smart missile system.
Okay.
Smart missile system is strength 5, your toughness for your
3.
and we've got strength 7 iron cannon, which is
Okay, so it's all 2s. 4 wounds. That's going to punch straight through my armour, but I am in the barricade, which means I'm saving on 4s. 1 dies. So as I understand it, given it's unlikely that you're going to clear away these cultists, the piranha is going to shoot at the rhino with a fusion blaster. We just measure the range and it's just in. But you're shooting through the building, so I shall hopefully get a cover save.
ballistic skill 3 again. So hopefully I can hit a static rhino.
It's not static, it drove. Oh no, it is static. Yeah.
No, I can't.
No, you can't.
Oh well, never mind.
So what's next, Al?
Okay, the Hammerhead fire team are going to try and crack open the Land Raider. Because if I can do that, maybe the stealth suits can shoot something squishy.
Okie dokie. Ballistic skill?
As they are a fire team, it's 1 higher, so it's now ballistic skill 5.
5s. Goodness me. So 2s to hit.
3 hits.
3 hits.
Strength 10.
Yep. 4s to glance, 5s to pen.
Awesome.
2 glances and a pen. What does your pen get? 4 crew stunned. So it's down to 1 hull point and the crew are stunned. So I believe this stealth team has a fusion blaster which can try and clip the last hull point off the Land Raider. So that's what the tower going for. So what's the ballistic skill?
Ballistic skill 4.
Okay.
Because it's +1 because of the group they're in.
Hits. What a 6. Not a 6. So what's next?
So we're going to fire some missile pods from these crisis suits.
Okay.
And we're going to go and try and shoot the Hellbrute.
The Hellbrute. Okie dokie. They're in range, yeah?
Yep. 3 foot.
Okie dokie. Ballistic skill?
3s, I believe.
Is that 3s to hit or ballistic skill 3?
Ballistic skill 3.
Okay. 4s. That's a lot of 5s and 6s.
Strength 7.
Okay, 5 to glance, 6 to pen.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm in the defense line. May I use your dice?
You can.
Okay, the glance gets through. The pen also gets through. So what's the damage result of the pen? 2. Shaken, I believe. Okay, so we are at the end of Tau turn 1. There have been a combination of run moves and jetpack moves, which leaves the stealth cadre, is that what it's called? The stealth cadre here, trying to get as much cover as possible.
Not that we need it.
The crisis suits have nipped back behind the hill, and the Riptide has gone round the other side of the building. In terms of objectives for the end of Tau Turn 1, the greater good hasn't been achieved. Objective 2 is still under the control of the word bearers. Hold the line. Score 1 victory point of at least 3 of your scoring units. Woohoo! And none of your opponents. Okay, hold the line. Achieved. Blood and Guts assault phase, no charges, and there were no morale, pinning or fear tests taken.
And no first blood.
No first blood. You came very close on that Land Raider, but no cigar.
Cool.
So let's get on to Word Bearers turn 1. Are you going to discard one, Al?
Yep, I think I will.
Let me guess. Is it the one that involves assaulting or issuing challenges?
I think it's the challenge one. I think we'll get rid of that one.
So which one was that? That
was the Hungry
for Glory is gone. Okie dokie. So, Word Bearer objectives. Overwhelming firepower. Score 1 victory point if an enemy unit was completely destroyed during your shooting phase. Or more if you kill more. Hold the line. 1 victory point if you have 3 scoring units and none of your opponents within 12 inches of your table edge. Secure objective 6. Secure objective 2. I'm controlling objective 2. Have to have a look for where objective 6 is in a minute. Now these two, 13 and 15, are word bearer objectives. So 13, slay the false prophets. Score 1 victory point at the end of your turn if you killed at least 1 enemy character. And 15, delight in despoilation. Score D3 victory points if at the end of your turn you control an objective marker that was controlled by your opponent at the start of your turn. So let's get on to movement. End of the word bearer's movement phase. Objective number 6 is going to be an important one this turn. I need to control it. So this rhino has razzed up, and these marines have got out ready to bring the word of Lorgar to these Xenos filth. The Defiler has decided he wanted a better vantage point, so climbed on top of this building. And the Land Raider has moved forward, spun to get line of sight on the Piranha, which it's and the Galvorback got out ready to charge at these stealth suits. The stealth suits are within range of a dirge cast, so they won't get their Overwatch. However, we've just checked the wording of some rules, and these other units will be able to get their supporting fire. The Hellbrute went a bit nuts, recovered from its shaken result, and has run forward towards the enemy, again blocking this line of sight in a quite delightful fashion. There is no psychic phase, as I have no psychers on the table at the moment, being as they are in mid-teleport. And so we're going to go to shooting. Okay, so first things first. A slight addendum. This isn't the objective I'm looking for. A slight issue with Roman Euros. The one I'm looking for is over here in Fishland. However, I have measured the distance to this objective, and this can potentially score me the despoiling thing I can't remember the name of, which I admit is going to spoil the effect somewhat. However, I need to take an objective that my opponent was controlling at the start of the turn. So in here, this unit, I've already checked the range and it's just about in range of the objective. So if I kill that piranha, I'll achieve that thing I'm going to have to look up. Delight in Despoilation, that's what it's called. Hurrah. Okay, so first off, a crack grenade. Misses. Ubiquitous Melter Gun. Hits, my god. And the Warpsmith with his Mechadendrite Melter Gun. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't actually point the camera at the dice. Whoops. I'll get the hang of this eventually. So that's 2 Melter Gun hits. Are you jinking, Al? Should have asked that earlier.
You know what? Yes, I will.
Okie dokie. So, strength 8. Neither of them are in double tap range. So I'm looking for 3s to glance, 4s
Front armor
to pen on the front armor of 11. 1 pen.
Okay.
An AP 1. Jink save of 4+.
It's one more because I've got something special on there. Give me a second.
It's called
A disrupting pod.
Okie dokie, so 3 up to Jink. Success. Okay, so the Land Raider's going to have a go. It is snap firing, unfortunately, so we have 2 twin-linked las cannons.
Have another go.
Twin-linked? No. Twin-linked heavy bolter? No.
Yay.
And the Halbert's going to have a go with his plasma cannon. We know that in 7th edition, GW has said that all weapons can only fire at 45 degrees, but we're die-hard, 180-degree, hip-swiveling walker people, so we carry on playing that. Hits! Hurrah! Okay, so 7, side armour 10, 3s to glance, 4s to pen. Glance. Do you jink it? Yes, you do. So now I have a dilemma, who to shoot the Defiler at. Now, a tactical commander would probably try and get the Piranha. However, I always like to play Demon Engines as psychotic that will do whatever they want, as and when. So it's going to start lobbing some shells down this way. So he's going to lob his shell over here. Now, something we didn't mention during deployment is that that barricade was shattered by the Warpsmith, so it's only providing a 6-up cover save. So we are going to attempt to land that. And with a ballistic skill of 3, that is a hit, and we'll work out the result off camera. We also have the Reaper autocannon, which I'll fire now. Hits twice. Okay, so autocannon to wound. Wounds twice. So that's 2 cover saves so far. And then we have 10 wounds with the battle cannon. Oh yes, we do. So that's 3 ones in there, so 12 minus 3, 9. 9 cover saves are 6 up. Okay, so 9 cover saves out of 6 up. Makes 3. So I'm not shooting anything else. It's the end of the shooting phase, so break check please, sir.
Ah!
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And how far did they run? Oh! So, it's on to the assault phase. The possessed are going to declare a discoordinated charge to attempt to engage this unit of stealth suits and the ghost keel. Right, we'll measure everything up and resolve the overwatch, then come back. So we have resolved the overwatch and lost 3 possessed. 1 was taken out by a lucky shot from the fusion blaster, and 3 were rocketed to death by this unit of hill hiding people on the other side of crisis suits. XV-88, that's right. So, we've measured up, need 3 to get in against the stealth team and 8 against the ghost keel. That's 8, that's in. I suppose I could re-roll the 2 because I'm fleet to try and get more models in against the ghost keel unit, but I run the risk of, no guts, no glory. I'm going to re-roll the 2 to try and get more models in. Yes, 11, splendid. Right, we'll move those and get on to the fight subphase. Okay, so we've moved the models. The first thing I need to do now, though, is work out what my Vessels of Chaos roll gives me. 6, which is +1 attack, +1 initiative. Well, the initiative won't make a huge amount of difference. However, given I was making an uncoordinated charge, the extra attacks will come in very handy. So, mine are all under initiative 5, which is before the tower. So the attacks, we have 3 Marines against the Ghost Keel unit, hitting on 3s. You aren't Imperial, and I don't have a Dark Apostle. This is unusual. I'm not re-rolling stuff. What's the toughness of the unit? 5, did you say? Okay, so I'm wounding on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4 saves, sir. 2 wounds. So is that the 2 drones, is it?
Yeah.
Well, he's the first one. How does that work? Do drones get to take the wounds on behalf of the...
I've always played it that way, but...
That's what makes sense, so let's do that for now. And I'm sure James will tell us what we're doing wrong with the Taug. Good old James. Okie dokie, now onto the attacks. Alright, so I should mention there are no characters in the unit. So there was no one for me to challenge. So again, hitting on 3s. You're equally not Imperial. This time, toughness is 4, Al, or is it 3?
I think it's 3. Give me a second.
Okay, pause. Toughness is 3, so these are wounding on 2s. So that's 8 wounds. So 8 saves, sir. One, 2, 3. So the
Kill the drone.
kill the drone and the 2 nearest.
Yeah. Nothing special that obviously.
Okay. Then I shall just pause and work out the tower attacks back.
2. I need.
So 2 attacks from the stealth suit.
That's not going to
He's not doing well. And 3 from the ghost kill, did you say?
Yep.
Weapon skill? It's not going to be 4, is it?
No.
I wouldn't have thought so.
3.
3, okay. 4's to hit. 1 hit.
Pause.
Pause. Right.
Strength lots.
Strength 5?
6.
6. Okay. 2 to wound. That's a wound and... Uh-oh. Splat. Are you fearless? Okay, so we've just done morale and they've both broken. So we're going to see if they get swept or not. So initiative, my initiative's currently 5 because I gain the initiative from my Vessels of Chaos. So against the... Oh, I don't know. Do I do 1 or against both of you?
I don't know. They're both the same.
I think I should do 1 and you should do 1 per unit.
They were not... I suggest that they weren't together. They're 2 separate units when you attacked them because you did a special attack.
Okay, so I rolled 2 different rolls. Okay, we'll do that. So against the stealth suit, I get a total of 9.
6.
Okay, stealth suit is swept. And gets the ghost keel, I get 6. Not 6?
Not 6.
Not 6.
3.
And the ghost keel is swept also.
New model. New model syndrome.
And this is where the possessed have ended up. This is the end of Chaos turn... What? Is it only turn 1? It's only turn 1. Goodness me. That is... Oh, right. So let's go over to the objective table. So the word bearers score first blood. No overwhelming firepower. Hold the line. Yes. Score hold the line. Secure objective 2. Objective 5... Oh, no, it's not objective 5, is it? Objective 6 is not secured, although we did shoot the tower off it, but that doesn't count for anything. Slay the false prophets. No enemy characters were removed, and we did not delight in despoilation. So 2 points at the end of Wordbearer's turn 1. Let's go on to Tau turn 2. Slight addendum. I didn't achieve hold the line because of the stealthy stealth suits that I can't see from where I'm stood, but are within 12 inches of my table edge. So, now let's get on to Tau turn 2. So, Tau objectives. Secure objective 1 has been drawn. Now we're down to 5 objectives for turn 2, which is the hill, which the crisis suits are pretty near to. So, we'll get on with Tau movement and we'll rejoin you at the end of the movement phase. We're at the end of the Tau movement phase. So talk us through it, Al.
Okay, so this strike team has run away because they are scared. I don't blame them. And so we've done some movement. These guys have moved into rapid fire range in the back of their possess because plasma in the back is always good. The piranha, because he's jinking, so his shooting is not too good. So we're going to use him to grab objectives, namely that one. These guys haven't moved, and there's a reason for that, because if they don't move, he gives them 2 shots against these guys. Riptide has butched around the corner just a tiny bit, and he's turned up the gun to 11, which will be an important role later on.
Because it may annihilate all these guys.
Strength 8.
I've not played against a Riptide before. I think I'm about to learn a valuable lesson.
Strength 8, AP 2, large blast. Nicely grouped bunch of guys.
Yeah.
And that's it for movement. Oh, and they've hidden around the corner a little bit more because they're scared of the possessed. And he's just a scaredy cat, and he's going for the tank tactics, which is hide behind a tank.
Okay, so we're on to the shooting then. I gather the Riptide is first?
No, what I want to do is I want to push them down a bit.
Yes.
So we don't get too many lookouts, ARGs moves. So with that in mind, these guys are going to shoot.
Okay, go for it, sir.
Okay, so what we've got is, we've got 12 red dice for the Fire Warriors and 1 for Fireblade himself. Fireblade gets on 2s, and the rest of them are on 4s. Ooh, awesome. I think that's it. And it's strength 5, AP 5.
Is it twice, you say?
It's twice.
So what's that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits.
9 hits.
So you want to roll them again?
Yeah. Pick them all up. There we go. 10, 11, 12.
No, you said 4s, mate. 10, 11. 10, 11.
That's poor.
Goodness me.
Poor. So, this many hits.
3s to wound. Strength 5, toughness less than that. Goodness me, that. I think I'm getting off very lightly there. Very lightly indeed. That's not a wound either, mate.
Oh, even worse. 5.
5. Okay. See, I've got 20 dice ready. I anticipation of being completely memed, but we shall see. Uno.
With the black horns, I think.
This chap. Okay. What's next?
Okay, so what's next is pause.
Okay, so while Al is getting his dice ready, we've just rolled for the scatter of the big Tau gun that was turned up to 11. It didn't get hot, but scatter 3 inches and has clipped 3 of my devotees, the devotees of Lorgar.
Okay, so now we're going to do the smart missile system.
Okay,
Twin left.
it's 3 hits.
And 2 missile pods from those guys.
Okay.
2 hits.
They're not twin linked?
No.
Okay. Oops, not quite pointing the camera right.
So these guys.
Just to wound now.
This is to wound.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's the strength?
7.
Strength. Oh yeah, that's a wound.
It's a normal wound. From the smart missile system.
That's strength
7.
7. I get 2 more. Or is it 5 smart missile system?
Oh, I think it might be.
Pause. So slight correction, smart missile system is 5 of the 2s are not wounds. So that is 1 save to take.
And the big gun. 3.
Am I getting cover from...
No.
No, I'm not, am I?
1.
So, 2 are dead and 1 save with my power armour. So nearest 2 kills the melter gun.
Which is nice.
Which is nice. And that's it for the Riptide, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay. So, next. All of these Tau are shooting the possessed with extreme prejudice because they managed to run down all the stealth suits they were fighting earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll all those off camera and come back to you with what it looks like at the end. I don't expect there to be any left. We shall see. And there's one left.
Damn.
Not all of the human auxiliaries had line of fire. It turned out that only one of the stealth suits had line of fire. The champion passed his lookout sir save, and there is one left. So if you really want to kill it, well, you're going to have to fire something else at it. Choices.
Okay.
So what's next, sir?
The Hammerheads fire team are going to concentrate their fire onto him. Hopefully get rid of him.
Uh-oh. So, 3 shots. Was that 1 or 2? Is it?
It's on 2.
Oh, the ballistic skill 5, are they?
Yeah.
Alright, okay, so
Just
that's
3
2 hits.
2 hits.
Okay.
Strength 10. Front armour.
12, I think.
Pen.
2 pens. I'm a demon! 5s. Uh-oh.
Awesome.
So, what's the damage?
Air blow up.
It explodes. Okay, how far?
Oh, big room. Let's get rid of some cultists as well. That'd be nice. 3 inches.
3 inches.
Gets a few.
Okay, so that's going to get 3 round here and 4 round here. And the building will take a hit as well, but the... 5, okay. The building won't be hurt by the explosion of the defiler, though. So we'll resolve that and get back. Okay, so with rolling to wound and cover saves and so on, we lost a few cultists here and here, and the building is on fire a bit. So we've done the remaining flat-out moves, run moves, and then the assault phase, the jetpack moves. So Al, do you want to just talk us through where everything is at the end?
Okay. Yeah, the Riptides jumped back over the barricade just in case this big group of red nasties charge me.
By just in case, you mean in the extremely likely event that they would have charged you?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
The Piranha's gone and got my objective on top of the hill. And the stealth suits have run away a little bit more. So have the crisis battle suits. And my big brave commander's got a nice lookout to peer from, and he looks quite impressive over there now.
Right.
He's not a coward at all.
Okay, so let's go and look at tower objectives at the end of turn 2. So at the end of turn 2, what have you got?
I've certainly got objective 1 on top of the hill.
Oh, yep.
And
That's a point.
that's pretty much it, unfortunately.
Okay. Are you discarding any of those remaining 4?
I would like to discard the blood and guts.
Okay.
Because we don't generally charge people. So I'm going to discard that.
Okay, and you get the 1 point for that, putting you on 2 points at the end of tower turn 2. Right, so let's get over to Wordbearers turn 2. So Wordbearers turn 2. Objectives have not changed since last time. Overwhelming firepower. Shoot units and kill them. Secure objective 6. Now there are no fire warriors on objective 6 anymore, but there is other stuff. And hold the line. Those pesky stealth suits are preventing me from getting hold the line. I have to see what we can do about those this turn. And we still have Slay the False Prophets, kill a character, and Delight in Despoilation. Secure D3 victory points if you control an objective that was controlled by your opponent to start the turn. Now, I tried to do that with an objective last turn, however, he's moved off it, so that no longer counts for that purpose. So, we're going to see if my reserves are coming in, which they are. Both the Decimator and the Terminators are turning up, so we will rejoin you at the end of the movement phase. So we haven't moved yet. I just started umming and ahhing, and we thought maybe we should and ah on camera. So, these are 2 Fire Warriors within range of that objective. If I can kill these 2 and get something on there, that is Delight in Despoilation. He's also got a price on his head because he's a character. And he's preventing me from securing the line. So there's definitely something to be said about killing these guys. Now, what is interesting, Al, could you check for me? Is anyone currently within 3 inches of that objective? If I land on there, do I get it?
If you land on it, you get it, and there's nobody there.
Right, okay. So I think something will be doing the deep striking.
Oh, joy.
Not quite sure what I'll do with these yet. I guess I'll work that out when I see how well my deep strikes end up. And these guys are probably going to try the long sprint to get to the Riptide. Although the Riptide has jumped over a barrier, which is going to make that very difficult. Ooh, that's annoying. We shall have to see. Maybe they'll jump back in the Rhino. That might be the safest thing for them to do. Hurrah! Right, okay, we'll see you in a moment. So, this is... Yeah, you can hear Al giggling. Interrupting the movement phase. So my cunning plan was to drop the Anointed here, and so I could do some shooting at these guys. However, they scattered 10 inches, which just kept the Sorcerer on. However, concentric circles meant that I couldn't get the rest of the Terminators on behind him, because there are 5 of them. So we rolled the mishap, and they've gone back into reserve. So, right, I'll do that again with the Decimator. Same thing happened again. So he's gone off the table, and Mishap is also going back into reserve. So no reserves this turn. Slight addendum, Al's now furiously going through the rulebook, trying to see if a 3 is any more nasty than just going back into reserve. So, slight addendum, Al has looked at the table and found that a 3 is actually being replaced by your opponent. So Al has chosen to place all my reserves right back here. Which, personally, I think is a dick move. Because, you know, we had said we were doing this for fun. However, 2 minutes ago it became, no, it's the first battle report, victory is important. So, not that I'm bitter. We will carry on. You bastard. So, end of the Word Bearers movement phase. The possessed champions come over here to try and run onto this objective. Charging these guys would be suicide because of the Overwatch, and they probably wouldn't get the objective anyway. So I've lined up the Land Raider and the Hellbrute to try and clear out a couple of these, although the angles are probably going to make it difficult to achieve. The Marines have got back in that Rhino and have come around here. They'll probably move flat out in the shooting phase. That's about it. I did consider moving these forward, but with the Tau pulse rifles, they'll just be utterly destroyed. It's probably better to leave them on the objectives in the event that I draw those cards. Yeah, not much else to say or do. So we're on to the psychic phase. Because there is a psychic phase now. Okay, result of the psychic phase. Not a lot of options because most of the psychic powers are out of range with them being over here. You attempted to summon a unit of horrors, but they scattered into the cultists and have gone into ongoing reserve. So they may come in next turn. We shall see. On to the shooting. So the Decimator is firing at the Piranha. Are you jinking?
Yes.
Okay. Hitting on 4s even. 1. Pen. Jinked. Okay, so the Land Raider is shooting at these human auxiliaries. That is what they're called, isn't it?
Yeah. They form a strike team.
Okay. Right, so we've already done the scatter with the thing, I still can't remember what it's called, Havoc Launcher, and that got 4 hits. So we have a Combi Bolter, also hits. We have a, sorry, no, it doesn't hit, because it was snapshotting, that's right. Twin Linked Last Cannon. Twin Linked, no. Twin Linked Heavy Bolter. Twin Linked. 1 hit. So we're looking for 3s on the black and 3s on the red as well. It's all It's all 3s. Okay, so what's their armour?
Poor.
Well, the cover's 4 up anyway, so
Four.
it's going to be 4. So 4 saves.
4.
Yeah, please.
Poor.
Fail 4. Okay. So that was moderately successful. With a bit of luck, he'll be able to. Oh, we're already on the shooting phase. I might as well run him now. Okay. 2. Now let's see. Quick tape measure. Is 2 gonna do it? Well, how far away is he from it at the moment? If he's within 5, yes, he's within 5, which means that 2. I haven't got enough hands here.
Me neither.
Yeah, I know. So he's now within 3 inches. So that was successful. So now what to do with...
Points wise, kill them.
Yeah, I haven't got anything that's got a bead on them though. So I think I will be spiteful and fire the plasma cannon at something. I'll have a think. So the Hellbrute is going to fire at the Piranha because you can't see many other viable targets, so he's going to try and take a long shot. So let's see if the plasma cannon gets hot, which it doesn't, thankfully. And does it hit? It hits! Hurrah!
That's the first one.
It is. First one in a long time I've hit with the plasma cannon. That's not a pen. Didn't have to do the maths there. Okay, and the Terminator's got a 5 for run and spread out a bit in preparation for being killed to death by that thing. The Rhino went flat out. So I guess we'll just go straight onto the assault phase and see if the Hellbrute can make this massive charge. Which it can, it needed a 9, we already measured it. So, the Hellbrute elects to charge the Piranha. Needed a 9, rolled a 9, then got hit with a lucky plasma round from the supporting fire from these suits and got toasted. So he is dead. And there endeth my turn. So a quick look over to the objectives to see where we are with those. Okay, so overwhelming firepower, no. No enemy units were shot and destroyed in the shooting phase. Objective 6 is very much not secured. My line is not held. No characters were killed, slaying the false prophets, and delight and despoilation has been achieved for 2 points. Taking me to 4. Okay, so that was achieved, and I'm discarding secure objective 6 because it's not happening. So, now we're moving on to Tau turn 3. So, Tau objectives in turn 3. We still have the greater good. So that's killing me off killing a unit of mine that's holding an objective and then taking it. Psychological warfare, morale, pinning, fear. Secure objective 2, and now secure objective 4, which is very close to the Riptide. So, possibilities. We'll come back after the movement. So, let's have the pre-movement umming and ahhing.
So, umming and ahhing phase, if I get rid of him off that objective, move those slightly forward, which I couldn't, I get some points for that one. Objective 2.
Oh yes, that'll give you for the greater good, won't it?
Yes. I'm not going to get 2 because he's too well defended. But I do want that objective, and I think that is.
I think I'm out. I don't think I've got that. Yeah.
So that might be not a bad round points wise for me this one. So I'll get on to movements.
Okay, movement. Okay, talk us through your movement phase, Al.
Okay, so the Piranha is moved towards a Land Raider, so give me a choice to either shoot the Possessed in the back or the Land Raider, try and get rid of that last hull point. Same for the Stealth Suits, they're in a position to shoot either or, giving myself some options. The Monk Eye...
You Eldar or something?
Yeah. The monkeys have moved forward to get that objective if we can kill that possessed, which gives me lots of points. The Riptide move forward to get objective 6 or 5 or 6.
4.
4. I'm being looked at now. But I'm in a bit of a dilemma because I can't blow up that rhino, because if I do, he will spill out and spoil the fun. And I think I need the point at this stage because I'm losing 4-2 at the moment, so I need that point to bring it back. So I'm going to have to leave it alone, full of all that horrible goodness inside, which is a shame. And that's it for moving.
So, these crisis suits are shooting at the remaining Galvorbak.
Blue are missile pods and red are plasma.
Okay. Lots. I think it will take nothing less than direct intervention from the powers of the warp to keep this guy alive. We just had a quick look, and every unit in Al's army can get line of sight to him. It's the drones, is it?
Yep. So 1 drone, strength 5. Yep.
Nope.
And 4 pods, strength 7. So 3 saves.
3 saves. Okay. There we go. Oh, quite unilaterally dead. So that bad boy has fired at these Terminators, killing one of them. And now the Piranha is going to snapfire its fusion blaster at the Land Raider and miss. And I believe this one is going to try its fusion blaster too. Which is a miss, is it?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. It was a 3.
There's 3s and
It was a
3s.
3, yeah.
So nothing and nothing.
Like
nothing.
getting used to where to point the camera. These guys ran.
These run a bit. So these this is now going to get rid of that Land Raider.
Okay. 3 shots hitting on 2s. Okay, 14. 4s even. Okay, 1 pen. And the result of the pen... I think I'm going to get cover from there, am I? Oh, let's check. Am I going to get cover?
Yep.
Okay, so cover save of... Is it 4 or 5?
Really, that tank's taking up a lot of space.
Okay. Passed. The Land Raider lives. Hurrah! The Cathedral of Pain will paint on the canvas of reality once more, by which I mean it'll probably kill nothing next turn, then die. So we're at the end of Tau turn 3. And what are the scores?
Well,
You got for the greater good, I believe.
I've got that one. And got 1 point for it.
1 point. Okay. Any more for any more?
No, that's it.
Okay. Are you keeping any of those, or are you discarding any of them?
You know what? I think I'm going to get rid of psychological warfare because you've got a lot of fearless stuff.
Okay. Right. So I have drawn number 12, which in the Word Bearer's book is Feed the Demons. Score 1 victory point at the end of your turn if at least one enemy unit was completely destroyed by a unit with the Demon special rule during the assault phase. Unfortunately, my Possessed is dead, my Defiler is dead, and my Decimator is a long way away. So that is not looking very likely. So it's still down to hold the line. Overwhelming firepower, killing something during the shooting phase, and slay the false prophet to kill a character. So it's all coming down to how much gun I can bring to bear on that stealth team. So, I've rolled for the horrors that were out last turn that mishapped. They come back in as normal, so we shall see where they land. And we'll get back to you at the end of the movement phase. So, at the end of the Word Bearer's movement phase, the horrors have deep struck successfully and have got the psychic sights on these. The Cathedral of Pain has moved out of the way and given itself some targeting choices depending on how alive these still are. The Decimator has got them in his sights also, but potentially has some other options up the table depending on what is still there as a target. We have overwhelming firepower as an objective, and it looks like killing the Piranha, even though it'll jink on a 3+, with weight of fire from these guys, and maybe something thrown in from the Land Raider if it's necessary, might bring that down, and there's another point there. I know that's going to open me up to a complete Neeming in the back with the turned up to 11 death gun, but it's a calculated risk. And lots of my other calculated risks have materialised, so hopefully playing the odds, that one won't. These boys will have a pop at those. These guys are still staying pretty safe behind their thingy line. The Terminators have shuffled forward. He's out of range with all his Heretic powers. He's unlikely to get those to come to bear the rest of the battle. The only possibility was to use them against the giant vehicle. Equally, the Warpsmith could use his ability to curse the giant vehicle. However, it isn't a vehicle. So, we've rolled the dice for the Psychic Phase and got 6, adding my Force Power together. When the demons came on, we rolled for the Psychic Powers, and they got the Flickering Fire of Tzeentch, as you would expect, but also Prismatic Gaze, which is the D-strength assault weapon.
What?
Yeah. It's only one shot, though. And they still get their cover save. However, I am going to attempt to manifest the Flickering Fire of Tzeentch with Warp Charge 3 with all my dice. No guts, no glory. Need 3, 4 or more. I could do it on a lower Warp Charge, but I want to try and kill them off. So we shall see. No. I wouldn't have even succeeded if I had... No, I'd have succeeded if it was Warp Charge 1. That was a lot of 3s. That was a lot of 3s. Yeah, that's the sound of Al putting his dice back down. Yeah. Okay. That sucks. Right. Shooting phase. Okay, so next up are these Marines with the Warpsmith are going to fire at the Piranha. Are you jing? Yeah, okay. You didn't even... Yeah, right, fine. So, we have a whole load of rapid-firing bolters. The big red is the Mechadendrite Flamer, and the little red is his bolt pistol because he is on a better ballistic skill. So...
Oh, it's a big number there.
Yeah. Could have done with these with the spellcasting, but never mind. So, 6s on the little dice and 2s on the big red dice. So, 1, 2. 2 jink saves, sir. Or you use them separately because that can make it pop.
Okay.
Which one's first?
I'll do the normal.
Normal one. Passed. And the explodey one? Also passed. Hurrah, you haven't failed a single jink save with him yet. Right. Some musing needs to be done. Okay, so the Rhino will throw his combi bolter in against the Piranha. Hits. Nothing. As expected. The Decimator will fire his Butcher Cannon. 4 shots, hitting on 4s. 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. 3 wounds. What's the drone's nearest? What's his armour save?
3 up.
3 up. Goodness me. Okay.
Hang on.
Well, I think you're right. I think they changed it so that all the drones were the same as the unit to just make it easier. So 3 3-up saves. All made. Okay. Right. So the Land Raider is going to fire at them as well, and I'll do the blast off camera and then come back. Okay, so 3 hits were scored with the Havoc Launcher. Thank you. All right, Twin Link Last Cannon. Nope. Yes. Hurrah. Combi Bolter. Nope, isn't Twin Linked. Twin Linked Heavy Bolter. Nope. Oh, 2. Okay, so rolling to wound. It's 2s all round, I believe.
Drones are 4 up.
Drones are 4 up. Okay. Right, 2s all round. Right, what were the black ones? They were the heavy bolters. Nice. Okay, so we have 3 at 5 up. So let's resolve those first, please. So do one at a time because the drone's 4 up first. So the drone's fine. Drone's fine. Drone dies. Then the 2 ups, that's your 6 up cover save. No, so the nearest 2 are dead. Okay, so these guys just fired at the big fella and caused 1 wound, which was saved by a shield drone, and that is depressingly everything. I can run the Terminators. I'll do that in a moment. Yes, so running the Terminators, then a break check for these guys. If you do this first, I'll run the Terminators afterwards.
Yep. Run away.
Run away?
9.
Oh, okay. How far do they run?
Another dice for that.
Not
6
far
inches.
enough.
6 inches.
6 inches. So, they've fallen back not far enough to be out of 12 inches of the edge of the table. However, a quick check of the rules, and as they're falling back, they don't count as a scoring unit, so I should be able to get hold the line, which is some small consolation. The anointed ambled forward, and that is the end of my turn. I'm trying to think of anything else I can conceivably do, but I've got nothing. Nope, nothing. So, feed the demons, not achieved, although there now are some demons on the table, which, could do something. No characters died, so I didn't get Slay the False Prophet. Overwhelming firepower, nothing was killed, not by shooting. However, I do hold the line because I have at least 3 scoring... Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to count now. I had earlier. Yes, I do. Quick glance over the table. I achieve hold the line. And I think I am going to discard Feed the Demons because it is really unlikely. So that takes me to the end of my 3rd turn with 1 additional point. Tower objectives for the for Tower turn 4. They are being told to secure ground. Objective 1 and 5 they're already sat on, so that's a couple of easy points for the Tau. So we'll get back to you at the end of Tau movement. Okay, I'll talk us through movement phase.
Okay, we've not really moved a great deal. I've moved forward to make sure I get this objective. I haven't had to move anything else around here because they're all in good places. These guys have rallied, moved 3 inches back. I'm going to snapshot something. Piranha, the invincible Piranha, is shooting towards objective 2. He's going to survive all the shooting from Paul's turn, so if next round I'll get that other objective, I think, because he's awesome.
Yep.
And that's it for movement. So.
Oh, you turned him up to 11, didn't you?
And I turned him up to 11 and said I was turning up his gun up to 11. Because, yes, his warlord's going to get one in the back.
So why haven't these moved? What are you doing?
They don't need to move. They've got a good range. And for now, they can stay where they are.
Okay. Psychic phase. That was quick. Shooting phase. So what we're shooting first, Al?
Okay, so this squad is going to shoot down here. And
right. Okay.
There's going to be 2 from the drones. Paulie. Another 4 up there. And 2 plasmas and 2 pods into there. Plasmas are red.
Okay.
Not bad. That many.
So what's that? 3 at AP2 and 3 at AP5, is that?
AP bigger than a 5 because it's not smart missile system.
Not 3 or 2?
4. No,
4.
4.
Okay, so
Not
that's
safe.
3 saves, 3 dead. Right, well, the nearest 3 are gonna die, so they can come off. And then 3 saves. Oh dear. So that one dies, then look out. He dies. So now, what have we got? These Fire Warriors shooting at this unit of Marines?
Yep. It's all about killing the Warlord. So these get to shoot twice because of him. First shot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Second shot. 2 more, sorry.
Sorry.
11,
12,
13.
13. Very similar to last time. Good first handful, then poor second handful.
So, strength 5.
3's to win.
Seven.
Okie dokie. 5, 6, 7. So I need to do these one at a time. First one dies. Now,
Keep going like that. I'm happy.
now I think we're on the Warlord now.
Okay.
So I'll do them 2 at a time because he has 2 wounds. It's fine. 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 So Al is looking pretty downcast at the moment because he's just discovered he can't fire his turned up to 11 weapon without clipping his piranha. So he's going to have to come up with some other ingenious techno-shooty way to kill him off. What's it to be?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll get back to you when he does. So I think Al has located a new target. The demons that I forgot to run in the shooting phase, so they are all nicely bunched up for death. So, middle guy. Okay, let's roll the scatter.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's keep them rolling, boys. So, what's his ballistic skill? 4.
No. 3.
3. Okie dokie. So, wouldn't normally do this on camera. However, it's really funny because it's on his head. So, well, it does get
Oh, did he get
3. It gets 3 demons. No, it didn't get hard. It gets 3 demons and 2 stealth suits.
really well?
So I am, of course, going to make Al roll to wound his own men, but these are against the demons first off. Yes, that's 2 wounds, but I'm a demon, so I get a 5 up save. I lose 1. I'll take that. Now, do you wound your 2 stealth suits?
I want ones, please.
Of course, I want to kill them. If you kill them, I get nothing. I want ones too. Oh, for God's sake. Right. Okay, fine. Now, you get cover saves of 6+. Pass the cover saves. Oh, you bastard. Right. Lines of sight. Do they get any extra cover that we're not seeing? Oh, they might, you know. Runs around the table. Runs around the table. Well, kinda. Come and get down to our level and tell me what you think. So we're in agreement with the cover that one of those was a pass. Whew, and one is dead. Had me worried there for a moment.
I better shoot with them, hadn't I? See anything else, can I?
In the Riptide's defence, he had been told that they just fled the scene. That's presumably what had gone on, yeah.
Let's set the range. Smart missile system is 30 and that's 36. They are out of range for 36.
Okay. Yeah, that's out of range.
He's going to shoot the...
Oh, okay, yep.
Not a 6.
By he is going to shoot them, Al means that he's going to fire the fusion blaster at these guys and has hit.
No,
Oh, it's snapshotting, of course, yes.
And that's it for them. And we'll resolve the fire warriors, proxies, off camera.
Okay, so we've just resolved the fire over here, and very few of these can actually see. And with excellent demon saves, these guys are unaffected. Now, what were you saying? Are you going to fire the fusion gun?
I was, but he's pointing the wrong way. Even in being generous, I can't get to my arc of fire.
Yeah, you probably need a complex network of mirrors, and beyond generosity, you'd probably have to stretch to bribery for that to actually apply. So you're right.
Rear armour of the Rhino.
Okay.
Not a snapshot.
Okie dokie. So we have the Hammerhead unit. A little misunderstanding there. I thought they were shooting at the Land Raider, but they're trying to murder the Warlord, which, yeah, fair. So we have worked out I'll get a cover save of 4 up.
So 2s.
2s to hit because of the ballistic skill. 2, okay, so 2s to wound. Okay, so first off, look out, sir. Yep, that goes to the other guy. Cover save of 4 up. Passed. Look out, sir. Cover save of 4 up. Passed. Yeah, says you. Yeah. Keep on with that, yeah. So at the end of the round, Tau have secured objective 5 and secured objective 1 for 2 points. Taking the score to 6-5 in favour of the Tau. Thanks, Al.
Oh, sorry.
So the orders do not get any better for the word bearers. We've drawn 16 for the glory of chaos, which is about making rolls on the chaos boon table, which involves A, getting into assault, and then B, Al accepting challenges with his Tau. He stood there shaking his head, the git. Okay, so we're down to slay the false prophets, killing a character. An overwhelming firepower, killing stuff in the shooting phase. I haven't got an awful lot that can actually do that with, so I'm going to muse and then come back to you. Okay, so we've just finished the word bearer's movement phase. These cultists have bravely left their trench and are going to go and try and tackle the Riptide. By bravely, we mean he's been ordered out by these guys who want to sit in the nice snug trench. The Decimator has moved up to try and get some shots on these guys and strip off these drones with his AP4 gun. The Rhino with the Dirge Caster has moved up, so if necessary I can assault him without getting any overwatch. These guys have moved up to do some shooty. The Land Raider has pivoted to las cannon them to death. He can fire all his weapons. And the Horrors are going to victimise this guy with extreme prejudice. So I've looked at it a number of times and I don't think there's any way I can get the 3 units in the shooting phase. This guy was out of line of sight of many of the other units, so I couldn't kill him with shooting, so I'm going to mug him in the assault phase instead. The Piranha I hope to kill with psychic powers from the sorcerer with Heretic. I keep calling him a librarian accidentally because the model is a traitor librarian. That's the thing, he's a sorcerer. However, we have just done the roll for the psychic phase and rolled a whopping 1, which only gives me 3 dice. So I'm now at a dilemma, because originally I thought I will use some warpy fireness to try and strip some wounds off these guys, but I've only got a shot at 1 psychic power and it's not guaranteed by any stretch. So do I try and kill that with Heretic, or do I try and do some damage? I've got more chance of doing some damage to these guys than I have of doing that. However, given how well they performed last turn with the 8 million threes, maybe I should try and kill this guy instead. So we will do that. We are going to attempt to cast... Where's he gone? Flare Storm Whoop charge 2. No.
What's Jink?
No. Whoop charge 2 on the thing, that thing, for which I require 2 successes, which I do not get. Oh dearie me. So that's in the psychic phase. So shooting. What's only going to shoot at one thing? I will have to have a think about this because I had hoped the piranha would not be there. I'll get back to you. So after much deliberation, I have decided to fire the Land Raider first at these guys. Because it didn't move, it can fire all of its guns at full ballistic skill. So we've rolled to hit already with the Havoc launcher. I nearly remembered its name straight away and got 3 hits. So, 2 twin linked last cannons. Twin linked. 2 hits. 1 shot with a combi bolter. Hits. 3 heavy bolters. Also twin linked. They all hit. And these are already hits. So, let's do this. The bolter wounds. The heavy bolters also all wound. Goodness me. These bad boys, 2 wound because they're toughness 4, the unit, aren't they?
The unit is toughness 4.
Yeah. And the last cannons, both wound. Okay, so let's resolve the AP4 ones first, which I believe will kill these 2 guys off.
Yep.
Okay. Pass them to you.
2.
Okay, so 1 more save for AP4 to take. Failed, so the nearest one's got a wound on it. Now another save for the combi bolter. And then the 2 last cannons will just kill the other 2 off. Don't even need to roll for these others. Well, that was remarkably effective.
I wish I'd shot at that.
Yeah, you say that now.
Hindsight, great stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so that leaves me free to shoot some things at other things. He's now not going to have the safety of being snugged in assault with them, which was my backup plan. So he may actually have to run to behind the rhino to save himself from those hammerheads. Oh, that Riptide. Oh, I could fire at those with the Riptide. Hang on, thinking must be done. So we're going to fire the Butcher Cannon at the Piranha. Hitting on... Okay. Hitting on 4s. 3 hits. Side armour, so 2s to glance. 1 glance, 2 pens, if you be so kind, sir.
Well.
So, we had a brief interlude to go and clear some memory on the camera. So we're not sure if we actually caught this on video or not, but they are the Jink saves for this fine fellow who's passed about 10 saves so far, but never mind. Okay, I'm sure I've got some more guns somewhere. Right, speaking of which, they have guns. Let's shoot it with them.
Rear armour.
Yes, rear armour. So the one remaining member of the squad will shoot it with its bolter. Hits once. No. We're going to get a hit from the flamer that the Warp Smith has got. So that'll wound on a 6. No. And on a 2-up.
Yep, it's a 3.
We'll hit the rear armour with the melter gun. I may be in double red, doesn't matter anyway. So that's a pen with a melter gun if you don't jink it.
3.
Oh, for crying out loud.
That destruction thing.
You're not supposed to worship gods or anything, but they're definitely on your side. The dice gods do not want that piranha to die.
It's the disruption pod. That's what's doing it.
Yeah. So these guys ran a little bit, and by a little bit I mean an inch, and so they haven't got into that barricade yet. And that Oh, no. So the rhino will rapid fire as well into the piranha. 2 hits. Come on, nice big pair of 6s. 1 6. Yeah, you'll fail this one. So it takes a hull point. Not a las cannon, no, or a melter gun, no. Okay, so it's got 1 hull point remaining. Well, I haven't got any guns. He's fired. He's fired?
Yes.
Did I fire him? Sorry, we've had an interlude because I had to go and download stuff.
No. He's not fired because he decided to shoot the Land Raider first.
Did I not fire? No, I think that's what the cover saves were,
yes.
that you were rolling as... Yes, okay, so he's fired. None of these guys have got any guns that can hurt it. So they haven't. So no, it's going to be down to the 2 assaults. So I think the Warpsmith is going to try and assault it. 2d6. That is probably not enough. We'll see. Ooh. Tape measure time is enough with the -2 for the cover. Marvellous. So we'll just relocate some of these reeds to get him in. And then we will... we're going to try and get the cultists in against the Riptide. Okay, so it needs a blood... Okay, so that's an 11. So even with the -2, is this 9? Yes, it is. So unless you kill the first couple, they're going to be in.
Okay, so blue are smart missile system, twin linked, and the not enough dice. Missile pods.
This doesn't count the one that you turned up to 11, does it? Because you can't fire that.
Ooh,
1.
1.
Wound. Okay, with a charge of 11, that should still be me in. So we'll measure that, get all that moved, and then come back. Okay, so we've done all the piling moves, and quite surprisingly, I'm going first. So 22 attacks, hitting on 3s, don't you know? I assume it's all based off the toughness of the big thing. So 6s to wound. I'm assuming he's got a 2 up save, is he? Or is it 3 up? Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. If I roll any 6s. 3. 3 6s.
3.
Yep, 3 wounds. 3 saves, sir. Are the drones 2 up as well?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 saves.
Okay.
Oh my word!
Drone die.
And a wound on the Riptide. Goodness me!
You've been keeping those cultists kicked out.
Yeah, I should have moved them forward earlier. So you're 3 attacks back, is it?
Yep.
Hit on 4s. 1 wound. Save of 6.
Oh, right. I lost by a few.
You lost by 3. Is he not fearless?
No.
Gosh!
9.
-3.
Yeah.
Oh! I guess that was too much to hope for. Right, so we'll pile those in and move on to the next combat. Al is still hyperventilating at the prospect of them being run down by cultists. Okay, so this is all simultaneous, and the strength and so on doesn't make any difference. Oh yes, it does. So, hang on. No, I haven't used this guy before. I'm going to need to check some stuff. I'll be back. Okay, so some quick flicking through rules has led me to conclude that they're going to attempt to plant a crack grenade. 1 for the unit and 1 for the smith. So hitting on 3s. Both hits. Glancing on a 4, penning on a 5. It lives. It still lives. Doesn't get to hit back. Yeah, it lives. Oh dear. Right, next. Okay, so this combat. We resolved the Overwatch. There was no casualties. 19 attacks. Weapon skill 3, initiative 3. Unbelievably, these guys are hitting on 3s. I am believing it. If they don't successfully mug him to death, I will go and buy a hat and then eat it. 4s. That said, we've seen some pretty unlikely things, so I'm just counting on the fact that probability has already been worn thin. Okay, so that is 5, 6, 7, 8 saves. Dead.
Many times.
Many times. Good. Okay, so at the end of Wordbearer's turn 4, the Pink Horrors have consolidated and are moving a bit further up the table. The Piranha lives. Oh my god, how does the Piranha live? That Rhino is very precariously placed, and unbelievably the Riptide is locked up with cultists. And let's go and see how we did for objectives. Okay, we achieved overwhelming firepower for 1. We slayed the false prophets. Had we kept Feed the Demon, we would have achieved that as well. Sadly, we didn't. However, we are going to discard the Glory of Chaos because we're not going to achieve that. So that's 2 points in this turn. And now we're over to Tau turn 5, which may be the last turn of the game. So, Tau objectives for turn 5. They still have secure objective 2, and they have drawn secure objective 6, which they are practically sat on. So, we'll come back to you after Tau have moved. Okay, Al, do you want to summarise your movement for us and what you're thinking?
Okay, so movement wise, I've adjusted these guys to catch that.
Okay.
Point, got to be done. He's locked up, unfortunate.
Whoop!
No.
Yep.
Piranhas being a hero and shooting that sorcerer in the back. A snapshot, but you never know. My hook. And that's it for movement. Not really a great deal because there's not much left. And musing wise, I thought about shooting some Terminators with the Hammerheads, but with their 4-up save, I'd need to kill 3 to knock him off the objective. It's not going to work. Really do need to get rid of that Land Raider because it was pretty devastating last turn.
Yeah, if it doesn't move, it can really let rip.
So I think it needs another volley into it to get rid of it.
Which you would expect to do it in.
These guys are probably going to try and get rid of that Rhino because it's going to be a pain. And not much else I can do. So let's roll some dice.
Okay. One thing we missed from the movement phase is that these guys move forward for better firing position. And they're now about to unload onto the horrors, which we will resolve off camera and then summarise. So, the human auxiliaries have thinned out the pink horrors a bit, quite a bit, and Fish Unit of Fire Warriors has unloaded on this rhino and glanced it to death. So now I believe we have the 3 hammerhead railguns firing at my poor innocent Cathedral of Pain.
3 hits.
One pen. Am I getting cover?
There's a hill in the way.
Okie dokie. There's a hill in the way. Yay!
Damn that hill.
Damn hill. So we're at the bottom of Tau turn 5 now. We resolved this snapshot and nothing occurred. And the cultists got trodden on but held morale. And that is it. Over to points to see where we're at. Tau managed to successfully secure objective 6, but not objective 2. So that's 1 point for Tau. Tying the score at 7 all.
I'm going to get rid of that 2.
And you've got to ditch secure objective 2.
So I'll get, if it goes on, I will get
If it goes on, you will get a different card. Okay. So word bearers objectives for turn 5. Secure objective 3 and Hungry for Glory, issuing a challenge. That won't be very easy. Okay, so we're going to see what we've got and then come back to you. Okay, so to summarise the movement, I had a good look round and the characters were here, here, and 2 over there, and nothing of mine in range to be able to issue a challenge. So Hungry for Glory was not going to happen. These guys are going to kill the piranha. The piranha is going to die. The Warpsmith tried to move over here to get into the Land Raider to be all snug and cozy and then patch it up from the inside, but rolled Snake Eyes for move through cover, so the whole unit did not get within embarkation range. These guys, this has moved up to get a better shot at his Generalissimo, because he is a point, and the Horrors have moved up to maybe try and get some psychic goodness on him too. So, speaking of the psychic phase, 6 dice. Interesting. Right, back in a minute. Okay, so we tried this last time. The Horrors are going to try Flickering Fire of Tzeentch at Warp Charge 3 at the Commander guy. Didn't work quite so well last time, but let's see how well it does this time. Cast on 4, no perils. Can you... No. Okie dokie. Right, this is going to take quite a bit of dice rolling. We'll come back to you with a result. So with all that rolling, 4d6 translated into 2 wounds. And critical dice rolls appear to be not on Al's side tonight. The dice gods do hate him, so that's stripped off his 2 shield drones. So, we're going to go straight on to the shooting phase, and the Land Raider is going to open up with extreme prejudice. Come and save, yes. Okay. Right then, okay, so we have 2 twin-link last cannons. 2 hits. 2 wounds. 2 cover saves of 4 up. 1. His toughness is 5 or 4? If it's 4, he's been insta-killed. 5.
4? No, it's instant killed him.
4?
Yeah. Commander is toughness 4.
Goodness me, okay, that's a Warlord kill. Right, I have to think what to fire everything else on now. What a nice problem to have. Okay. So we'll fire the Butcher Cannon from the Decimator at the nearest Hammerhead, I think. Are you jinking?
No.
No. Okay. 1 hit.
I've got a Disruption Plod plus there's a hill in the way.
So that's going to make it 4 up. Okay. What's the front armour?
Lots.
That's cocked.
13.
13. Get 12. Close, but no cigar. Okay, what else do I have to shoot with? Not a huge amount is the answer to that. I will run the Warpsmith and his unit for 6. I don't believe I can embark in a vehicle after running. Might be worth checking. But he's going to try and hug this guy for cover in the event of not being able to get him. I will be back in a moment. So there, tucked up nice and cosy behind that Hellbrute, trying to shelter from the incoming Neeming death fire that may occur in a moment. And we'll have some shots at the Immunopiranha of Death.
Thinking.
So the Heavy Flamer will hit and that ignores cover. So, Glance, which
Is enough.
is enough, which kills it. Hooray! It's a wreck. Hurrah! Okay, so what to do with these guys? They will get shot at next turn. I could assault. Yeah. Why not? Oh, but then I can't use my psychic powers. No, let's not do that. So all we have left to resolve now, the Terminators don't need to assault the Piranha, because the Piranha's dead. We've just got that assault there to do, which we will resolve and summarise. So we resolved that fight. The Riptide stepped on one, and they held morale. That's the end of Wordbearer's turn 5. Does the game end? On a 1 or a 2, the game ends. 3, the game continues. So, Wordbearer's objectives at the end of turn 5. I achieve secure objective 3 for 1 point, and a Warlord kill for another point. Hungry for glory, I am going to discard. So, Tau, turn 6. One objective, feigned withdrawal. Score 1 victory point at the end of your turn if at least one enemy unit that started your turn within 9 inches of one of your units and not in its own deployment zone is completely destroyed. I think you can get that. Okay, Al, talk to us.
Okay, so I get 1 point for a unit completely destroyed out of your. So those horrors are not in your.
No, because we did diagonal deployment.
And these guys.
Are also not in my deployment zone.
So if I can kill one of those, it'd be great. Hopefully, I can shoot the horrors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this squad to mug these in the back. Hopefully, free him up. And that's pretty much it for my turn. So what's I'll do some moving and we'll throw some dice.
Okie doke. So to summarise the movement and shooting phases. The human auxiliaries exterminated the horrors with extreme prejudice.
Woohoo, a point!
A point! Hurrah! These fire warriors are running over here to join in that mugging. And the squadron of hammerheads fire at the Land Raider. But the Cathedral of Pain stands resolute. They bounced off his armour. Hoorah! I will rejoin you after the fighting. So then to the assault phase. The cultists killed one of the charging fire warriors. The fire blade refused to challenge and was told to sit out. Boo, hiss, refuser of challenges. And despite having a thorough drubbing with snake eyes, the cultists held morale. So that's the end of turn 6 for the Tau, in which they scored. They scored feigned withdrawal for 1 point. So, start of Wordbearer's turn 4, turn 6, beg your pardon. Secure objective 4. So we're at the end of the shooting phase in Wordbearer's turn 6. The Terminators got a pretty lousy move through cover, but then a decent run, which unfortunately does not quite get them close enough to objective 4. The warp was calm in the psychic phase, and I only rolled a 1, which means I didn't have enough dice to cast any summoning powers, which I would have used to bring some demons up round here and then run them towards the objective. But alas, not to be. The Warpsmith and the one surviving member of that unit, who actually, now I come to think of it, he was the one who survived last time we played, the guy with the banner, are in the Land Raider. But the Warpsmith failed to repair a hull point on it. The Decimator fired at the Fire Warriors and shot down the drone. And that's it for my my shooting phase. So we just need to resolve this combat and then see if the game continues. And weight of numbers have eventually brought the cultists down. So, we're left with one thing. Does the game end? Or does it continue? The game ends. Continues on a 4-up, I believe.
Yep. Yeah. Continues on a 4-up.
Yeah. So, the end of turn 6. I failed to achieve objective 4. My line-breaking unit has been wiped out. Al is not line-breaking either. So it finishes at 9 points to the word bearers and 8 points to the Tau. Wow, what a game. What a game. Where did it go wrong for you, Al? Because I thought you had that sewn up after about turn 2 or 3.
Yeah, so did I. I don't know. It was just shooting. I just couldn't. This guy being gummed up for a couple of turns didn't help. Well, he shot your warlord and got another point there.
Yeah, the order in which you fired those guns in turn 3 or 4 when you couldn't place the template, that was quite significant.
Not getting this objective 2 when I had the chance. Again, probably another.
Would you have fired the hammerheads at them with your time again?
Probably not.
Because I wonder if the large blast templates covering all of them would have thinned them down.
Yes, I had that option. But I wanted them to do damage to something else, but he's still there at the end of the game, that Land Raider. But such is life. But
Who was your man of the match?
Piranha. No.
Flipping Piranha!
But some maybes. Definitely the Piranha. Never had those 3 hammerheads together as a team before. I love the hitting on a 2.
Yeah, that's brutal.
It certainly
That's
is.
absolutely brutal.
But only been able to shoot one thing with them instead of 3
Yeah.
separate things.
Yeah. But, I mean, you nearly vaporised that Land Raider in the first turn with them. I got lucky with cover saves in subsequent turns, and then your armour pen rolls failed you.
Yeah. Same with Ghost Kill. Bought it pretty early on.
Yeah, you moved him close to my Land Raider full of possessed. That was imprudent.
But, yeah. I got very lucky on your mishaps and oofing your guys into the other corner. If I hadn't have done that, I'd have been dead. I'd have been chomped through. Decimated by the Decimator.
Possibly. The Decimator's got a heavy flamer, so he should have made short work of these chaps over here.
And then he would have made short work of the hammerheads and all that kind of stuff. So
possibly, but you then might have been able to make use of the mobility of the hammerheads and zip them across the table just to spend a turn relocating. That's the advantage of the skimmers. You can just fly straight over the terrain.
Yeah, but yeah, I know I got lucky with that. And moving the Terminators out of the way as well, that was ideal.
Yeah, they were pretty much neutralised. I mean, the Decimator, with his blind sight, he got the odd shot with his strength 8 AP4 Butcher Cannon. But these guys, most of their stuff was out of the way. I mean, the Heretech was useless on the guy. I got really lucky, as it happened, with the Deep Strike mishap when I summoned the Horrors, which put them into reserve, which meant I could summon them on the other side of the battlefield. That was a stroke of luck for me, because they were significant over there.
What was the man of the match for you?
Man of the match, the Land Raider. The Land Raider. The Land Raider delivered the possessed into all your stealth units at the start.
Yeah.
Denied you your Overwatch for a number of units because of its Dirge Caster. Then, okay, it took a couple of pot shots for some turns and didn't do a huge amount of damage, but when I was really able to bring it to bear, it vaporised the suits that were sat there, it vaporised your general.
Yeah.
The Cathedral of Pain has sown discord on the canvas of reality.
So the Chaos hold this planet. And, never mind.
We're going to start raising our dark shrines and conversing the populace. Yeah, we're talking to you, you populace. Yes. We'll show you the word of Lorgar and put you to work raising effigies of the dark gods. And with that, thank you very much for the game, Al. That was, to quote Vinnie Jones, it's been emotional.
Yes, it has.
Very well played. And yeah, it's for those of you who don't know, it's now 2 a.m. This is a normal Friday night, and we started playing at 7 o'clock. This takes a lot longer than I think perhaps we envisaged. But it's been a lot of fun, and I'll be very interested to see how it all edits together. So, yeah, thank you, Al. Good game, and I look forward to the next one. Goodbye, everyone.